stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning, everyone on Facebook up there, and good morning to Instagram on my phone. Auntie K, welcome. Kind of let you know what we do here is I do a daily reflection each day. Kind of cover different topics for the day. And of course, if you have any comments, anything that you'd like to say, please feel free to do so. Whiskey Gypsy. Oh, Annie, good to see you. Oh, man. It's hard to memorize all these different names. So if I ever mess it up, too bad. And there's not much I can do about that. Right? So, all right. This morning, I wanted to talk about willingness and how willing are we? Because this could be tough stuff, and we can really use willingness as a tool. And what's fantastic about willingness is it requires no action. It's more of a thought process. And that's what's neat about willingness. The other neat thing about willingness is you don't have to have much. Even if you're willing to be willing, right? And willing to be willing goes along with fake it till you make it. Let me explain fake it till you make it, because a lot of people are like, don't fake it. Okay? This is fake it till you make it. Let's say you decide you would rather be happy than, having a bad day, right? So I decide I'm going to be happy, right? So I'm fake being happy. That's not going to last long. Before long, I'm going to be happy. See, once we've made a decision on that, and even though we're going to fake it, that willingness comes into play, and our intentions change. And when our intentions change, we start to get better, right? So how willing are we? Okay. Here's the stats. 50% of us make it. I've seen those numbers go up. I've seen those numbers go down. It's not necessarily a reliable source, but that tells you half of us make it, which is fantastic numbers, right? That means that about half of us are willing to go to any length, okay? What is willing to go to any length? Well, I can't answer that for you, because it's an experience, and our experiences are different. That's why we say it is an experience you must not miss. We know you will not want to miss it. What is that miracle? That miracle is the obsession being lifted from us. Okay. So let's get back to that little willingness thing, right? And then we're going to do daily reflection. Right? So get a sponsor. Okay. If you don't like the word sponsor, use accountability buddy. It's fun to say. Right? I have 4 accountability buddies right now. Okay? Because sometimes people aren't available. Maybe my sponsor's going out of town. I have some friends where, I might get online and they do some self-pity online, and then they'll be like, Dion, yeah, you need to take that down. Right? So you need to be willing to follow the direction of your sponsor. And it's very important. Okay? I didn't do anything without asking my sponsor first. I probably drove him crazy. Okay? But I had to know. And this kind of comes up because I have somebody that went ahead and did something without talking to me first. And I don't think it was a good move. I think our intentions might be wrong. And we have to cover those things first before we can make a move. It's okay. It's okay to do that. Take the 2-3 seconds you need before you open your mouth, because 95% of what we do is keeping our mouth shut in the beginning. Right? So we take the cotton out of our ears, put it in our mouth, go to meetings, listen to people that we can relate with, right? Don't go in and be like, oh, that person, they do. If you're doing that, you're in the wrong frame of mind. You need to listen to the people that are talking about the program. If you're in a meeting and they're not talking about recovery or the program, do not. They're just whining. We go to meetings to talk solution, guys. That's what it's there for. Your sponsor is there for your whining sessions. Trust me on this. I did a lot of whining to my sponsor. You do it, man. You feel better, right? So I deal with anxiety and PTSD, and there are some emotions that I have that I'm not allowed to say out loud. I don't really mean them, but sometimes I need to shout and scream and get this crap off my chest. And that's what my therapist is for. Now, keep in mind, I'm not allowed to abuse my therapist either. Right? There's that balance in there. I don't just use my therapist. We do CBT, EDM, so I have a purpose for being there. But I have somebody that if I need to just dump, I've got them. And a lot of times, just knowing that person is there is enough. So let's go ahead and cover the daily reflection. We got 7 minutes left. So a look backward. First, we take a look backward and try and discover where we have been at fault. Next, we make a vigorous attempt to repair the damage we have done. So they're talking about step 4. Okay. I usually like to talk about suggestions on step 4. Okay. And I do that because Annie's a little newer. So you guys see, that's what we do. Let's say you go into a meeting and you're going to run the meeting, right? So what you do is you ask, are there any newcomers here, their first, second, or third meeting, or 30 days, whatever way you do it? If somebody raises their hand, I don't care what you had planned. You are now to go to how it works and talk about steps 1, 2, and 3. Don't be talking about steps 8, 9, 10. You can talk about step 11 all day, right? Just a quick thing. So the 4th step, do not give yourself a chance when it comes to the 4th step. Okay? This really is the biggest part of willing to go to any length. Your first list, you get to bitch about other people. Do it. Oh, but I feel bad about that. Shut your fucking mouth. Oh, God. They didn't do anything wrong to me. It was all me. I call that television 4-stepping. Movie 4-stepping. Welcome to the TVs and movies. Okay? No. Trust me. You have resentment. Give me 5 minutes. I will piss you off. If I can piss you off in 5 minutes, you have resentments. Did you judge somebody today? Resentments. All right. Let's see what it has to say on here, right? As a traveler of fresh and exciting AA journey of recovery, I experienced a newfound peace of mind, and the horizon appeared clear and bright rather than obscure and dim. Right? I really like the way that they're going about this, because the 4th step brings hope. There's freedom in the 4th step. Probably more freedom than you've ever experienced. Once you get through the 4th step, you're a free person. You can go do what you want. Sanity starts to return. We can start using our brains, well, kind of, sort of, right? Our will becomes aligned with God's. But right now they're talking about the freshness, the 1, 2, and 3. It's been 30 days. I feel better. 4th step. I call it the 3 step. What I used to call it, I don't remember. 1, 2, 3 slip. 1, 2, 3 slip. It's the what do I call it? Something dance. I don't remember. Right. Reviewing my life to discover where I've been at fault. More, Gary. Reviewing my life to discover where I have been at fault seemed to be such an arduous and dangerous task. It was painful to pause and look backward. I was afraid I might stumble. You might. I had a relapse during my 4-step. Okay? I do not recommend that. I do not recommend that. My sponsor was cool. He said, Dion, you went out for a night. We don't need to go all the way back, but we are going to review. And I got back to work on my 4-step. That was it. There was no more. Couldn't I put the past out of my mind and just live on a new golden present? No, because then you won't be able to share your experience, strength, and hope. I realized that in those in the past whom I had harmed stood between me and my desire to continue my movement forward towards serenity. I had to ask for courage to face those persons from my life who still lived in my conscience, to recognize and deal with the guilt that their presence produced in me. I had to look at the damage I had done and become willing to make amends. Only then could my journey of the spirit resume. So I guess we're not talking about the 4-step, we're talking about the 9th step. It's the same kind of process, though, and you get the same kind of stuff out of it. So, yeah. Gary's saying he's been on the 4-step for a month. Yeah, it took me a couple months to do my 4-step. Because here's the key. You don't do it all in one day and just shove everything in your life on a piece of paper. Oh, my God, no. No. 15, 20 minutes a day. And then put it away. Oh, wait a minute, I have to add something. Nope, you got to put it away. Save it for tomorrow. But why, Dion? Because we are teaching you how to let go and let God. We're teaching you something. The AA and OAs and NAs and all of our A's, we're sneaky. Well, we're not really sneaky. If you read the first 164 pages, we're going to tell you exactly what we're going to do. It's just that I didn't have the wherewithal to understand that yet. So what I have to do, I had to give myself time. I had to give myself a chance. People are like, give yourself a year. A year, Dion. A year is such a long time. In the grand scheme of things, no. It is not a very long time, guys. Nope. I am 50 years old. I decided to take 1 year out of those 50 to help myself. Is it really that much? I don't know. I feel like I'm worth it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because God said I was. And only God can determine my worth. And He tells me every single day what my worth is. I'll tell you what it is. I'm a human being. He made me less than perfect intentionally so that I could go through this life and figure out how to be happy with it, to understand joy and freedom, and to help God's children. So if you ever ask yourself, why am I an alcoholic? God, why am I? Because you can save other people's lives when other people can't. That's why. And if you need a bigger reason than that, probably in danger, man. All right, guys, I will be back tomorrow for daily reflection. I'll go back, figure out how long I've been doing this. A little over 3 years now. I'd like to every day for 3 freaking years. I probably missed a total of 2 weeks out of it. All right, guys. Love you guys. Have a day. Oh, and peace.